All right. Good evening, everyone. It's Godwin here, and it's 7:30 p.m. on the dot. And I'll be beginning, like I said. I believe that as individuals, we must respect time and go with time. I know that a lot of Ghanaians do not respect time, and many more people would like to join later, but I'm not a fan of such behavior. And I'm starting immediately. As many that will join later, they will miss all the things that are going to be said here. But that is it. We need to learn. It is part of the culture of excellence to be a person who keeps to time. And I hope that as participants of the Wisdom Conference, we will add it to our character. We will build the character of keeping to time in all that we do. Wisdom conferences for an hour, just an hour. And we have to keep to the time. We start exactly at the time that we propose to start at, and we end, if not exactly at that time, but close to that time, but not about exceeding that time. Okay. All right. So this is the Wisdom Conference. And last week, I gave the recap for the first episode of the Wisdom Conference, where I spoke about Shatawale and the wisdom of association. Okay. And I said that this week we're going to move into a very interesting topic, and it's about COVID-19 and the wisdom of strategic centering. Now, last week, I made certain important statements that I would like to reiterate. I said that success is not automatic. Success is not by accident. I said that there is no body that fails naturally. There's no natural failure. All failures are self-made or man-made. And I said the future is for those who prepare for it. But today I want to take you to another level. I said that today I want to say that yes, the future is for those who prepare for it. But even better, the future is for those who make it or those who prepare it. What is the difference? This is a higher level because with what I spoke to you concerning last week, the people who are successful anticipate what is coming and they prepare, they make the necessary planning to position themselves well for things to fall well in place. They take charge of opportunities. But with today, it is not just about taking charge of opportunities, it's about making the opportunity yourself. That is the higher level. The future is not just for those who prepare for it, but those who make it, those who actually prepare it. You understand me? So we're going to be going into COVID-19 and the wisdom of strategic centering, which is the second episode, actually a recap. I said that I started this wisdom conference actually in August 2020, and I went through the first 3 episodes. I did one in 2020, the first one in 2020 August. I did the second one somewhere, I think either December or January. And then I did the episode 3 last month in March. I'll be doing the episode 4 for this quarter, either next month or next 2 months. Now, there is this scripture that I picked from the Bible. Now, I'm a person of faith. Okay, I am a believer. Okay, that is my religious affiliation or denomination, and I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. I know that the Wisdom Conference is open to all, and so you might have a different belief. But in as much as you are listening to me, there's something that is worthy of note that you should take away. Okay. And from this scripture, the author and finisher of my faith, who is Jesus Christ, said something. Luke 16:8. He says that his Lord commended the dishonest manager because he had done wisely. And then he goes on to say, for the children of this world are in their own generation wiser than the children of light. Now, Jesus Christ was talking about a certain dishonest manager. And this scripture will always be on my slides. I will always refer to it before I begin, because we are always going to be learning from certain things, people from different religions, different places of life, different categories, different levels. Anything that we find, we'll learn from it. And I need you to understand that even Jesus recommended that we learn wisdom from somebody that was regarded in a way as dishonest. Now, this guy was not managing his master's business well, and his master discovered that this guy was in a way corrupt and decided to sack him. Knowing that he was going to be sacked, he put certain measures in place that would cater for his life time after he was sacked. And his master, recognizing this or knowing about this, acknowledged him, commended him for his wisdom. And Jesus was making us understand that this guy had a particular wisdom to put certain things in place for him to succeed even when he's sacked. In the same way, again, my Bible teaches me that I should go to the ant and learn wisdom. It simply means that wherever wisdom is and can be found, I must find it and apply it for my success. If you are a Muslim, there's something that Prophet Muhammad said. He said that wherever knowledge is, and knowledge and wisdom move together. So I can rephrase or paraphrase and say wherever wisdom is, he said, even if it is in a hole underground, he said, enter and find it and pick it, for it is worth it. Okay. So we are going to learn wisdom from things, different things. Last week we learned wisdom from Shatawali. This week we are learning wisdom from COVID-19. Next week we are going to learn wisdom from another character, from another thing. Okay. Let me not dwell so much on this. Now let's move to the next slide where we have our wisdom model. Our wisdom model for this episode is COVID-19. Now, COVID-19 has been successful as a pandemic in this world. We want to look at the surface of the success story of COVID-19 and how we can learn from COVID-19 and succeed in whatever that we are doing in life. Okay. From the time that it came, I think that was somewhere in December 2019. It started in China and started spreading all over the world, putting a lot of fear, causing a lot of things to come to a standstill. And this has caused this disease to succeed in becoming a pandemic. And people so much feared it. They thought it was going to be the greatest pandemic in the world. And it is still putting a lot of fear in a lot of people and causing a lot of changes in a lot of places up till now. We are still walking around with masks and things. We want to go into this matter. I am, because this is a, a conference where people of different academic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and all those kind of things are present. I wouldn't go into so much scientific details concerning the COVID-19. Okay. But for your information, simply it's a virus. Okay. A type of virus that they are called coronaviruses. They are a group of viruses. Okay. We're not going into the details of all that they are, but viruses are just some forms of living organisms, just like we human beings. Okay. That basically cause disease. Okay. Now, COVID came in the year 2019. That is where it gets its name, coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19. That's where the name comes from. And it started in China and it spread throughout the world. In fact, every single country, and I repeat, every single country recorded a case of COVID. We'll go into that and we'll see how we can learn. Let me not talk much, but let me move straight into the first lesson. So, what is the first lesson? The first lesson is that which was presented in the topic, the wisdom of strategic centering. The wisdom of a strategic center. Now, if you observed or you were listening carefully, I was speaking a lot and I was mentioning China, China, China. What's strategic about COVID starting in China? The first thing is that China is the center of business in this world. If you don't know, then I'm telling you. You see, today's meeting is going to benefit a lot of people who are interested in entrepreneurship and those kind of things. In fact, even to an extent, ministry. China is the center of business in the world. Every country in this world makes contact with China. Every single country makes contact. They have something to do with China. If you are not going there to, if you are not going to China to school, you are going to China to work, or you are going to China for a meeting, or you are going to China to buy something. You are shipping something from China. You are ordering like so, or China is buying something from you. Like China has made itself center of business. Almost every country has something to do with China in one way or the other. So everybody or every country has somebody who comes from its country and goes to China and comes back. So COVID being strategic about starting in China gets that advantage of making contact with every nation. You see, I will be later talking about the comparison between COVID and some diseases, for example, Ebola. And if you see how COVID started and how Ebola started and where they started, you see that where Ebola started, it started in Africa. How many countries come to Africa? How many countries? So you see that it will just be where it started, and the fear will just be there, and it will not grow. But COVID started in China, the world's business center. So people from US will come and take it and go. People from Russia, they'll come and take it and go. People from Israel will take it and go. People from Ghana will come and take it and go. And it was spreading. It was spreading. It was spreading. It was spreading. China itself is largely populated. So the COVID made a lot of, it had a lot of ways to spread and get a lot of people and maximize its influence. You see, if you are a business woman and businessman, you don't just get up and say that I'm going to start a business and then you start selling something, or no, you need to get a strategic place to stand, a strategic place to place your store, if it's a store you're opening, or your booth or anything. Get that strategic place where you are going to have make contact with a lot of people or have a lot of people passing by. Then you present or serve it out to the people. Even in ministry, even though you see people of God is spirit and all that, but the truth of the matter is, if you want your ministry to really flourish, okay, you need a strategic center where you push through. Okay, if of course we understand the grace of God and all that, okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't follow God or whatever, but somebody who starts his ministry in some village somewhere and another person who starts his ministry in Kumasi, they are not going to be the same at all. That's the truth of the matter. Okay, let's put aside whatever God is saying. Yeah, if God is leading you to the village or something by your feet, you go there. But right now, we're talking about the strategic centering. Okay. You start in Kumasi, you start in Accra, then you move to the villages because you get money from the city to power missions in the villages. And then you can get people to watch them. When you start in the village, you die of hunger unless God sustains you. You understand? Let me not dwell too much on this, but that is one essential thing with the wisdom of strategic centering. Now, one essential thing that made me decide with the team, the conference management team, to have the meeting this night instead of Sunday was because of this point I'm about to make under the strategic centering. Okay. And I believe this point is going to benefit the first years and even most of the continuing students concerning your exam to motivate you to study well. Now, with respect to strategic centering, where COVID started from, you see that we can learn something. And I wrote something down that I said, where you start matters a lot. You can note it down. Where you start matters a lot. People always say that, oh, the starting is whatever. It is the end that matters. That is true. The end matters. But the truth of the matter is how you start and where you start will surely affect your end. You understand? People who don't start well but finish well, if you check their lives and you imagine, you can see that if they started well, they would have done much better than what they did. Okay. It's very much important to start strategically and start well. You need strategy to start and to start well. So the first years, your CWA is very important. You must make it and make it this semester. If you hit a high average this semester, the next semester and those coming, you are not going to suffer. But if you hit a low average this semester, you are going to struggle to Bring up your average. So you'll be scoring a lot of marks, but you are increasing small, small. You understand? So you have to make that effort this semester. Okay, you have to make that effort to hit the high marks this semester. Start well. Now, if you are a continuing student, your degree, you can look at your degree as your starting point of life because you've already started your average and wherever you are, you're already moving. But you look at it as your starting point of life and make sure that you try your best to, to get your first degree and get it well. Whatever skills you need to acquire, whatever things that you need to know before you complete, make sure you know them and get them set. Be well equipped before you move. Else you get out there and you don't have a clue of anything that is going on in this world or in this life or in the outside world. So you need all those things to get. Let me not stay too much on the wisdom of strategic centering. Now we go to the next one, the wisdom of ambassadorship. Okay, what do I mean by the wisdom of ambassadorship? Okay, I have it written there, if you can see, that an ambassador is a public minister that is sent abroad, meaning sent to another country or place by a state or a prince or whatever king, with a legal authority and commission to transact some business on behalf of the state or the country or whatever. You understand? What is the wisdom of ambassadorship that we see in COVID-19? You see, these are things that if you're not a person who meditates and you pay attention to detail, you never see that COVID-19 had this with this wisdom. Do you know that COVID-19 wouldn't have been a pandemic if people did not help to spread COVID? It is people that made COVID what it is. It is human beings that made COVID a pandemic. So COVID wouldn't have been a pandemic by its own. So the wisdom of the strategic center gave it the space, gave it contact with humans, okay, to be able to establish that network. So you see there like a picture, it's like a network. So COVID from China was able to make network with everybody coming from every country, with people coming from every country. And by reason of that wisdom, COVID-19 was able to spread and take its feathers into every country. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. In the same way, if you are doing a business or ministry or anything, life, that anything in your life, you want to spread, you want to move, you need people. You can never do it on your own. You need people, loyal ambassadors who will go. Let's say you've started selling dresses. You need people who will leave Ghana, or let me use Ghana. Let me use Ghana where I am as a this thing. Okay, so assuming your center is Kumasi, okay, which is a very strategic center. Okay, this is a very good example. You need people who will move from Kumasi to, let's say, Ho, to share or to go there and to spread or to share or sell whatever that you are going to be manufacturing or sell the dresses that you are making. You need people who go to Tamale. You need people who go to Bolga. You need people who go to different parts of the country. You need people who go to Accra. You cannot go everywhere. And that is how business is like it's made big. That's how businesses are expanded. You cannot establish the branch on your own. You need ambassadors, loyal ambassadors to establish those branches. And COVID-19 teaches us that wisdom. People came to China, contacted COVID, and took it loyally to their countries and went there, spreaded it, and made COVID popular. Yeah, every country, people, it's people beings that loyally took COVID there. I don't want us to enter into those matters. But human beings that took COVID from wherever they got it from and took it to their country to spread it. You understand? And whoever got it also became an ambassador to spread to other people. That's how it is. In the same way, whatever business, even if it's ministry, okay, that you are doing, okay, you start a church, you can't pastor 10 churches. It's not possible. You alone, you can't preach in every church. You start a branch in Kumasi and you need another branch at a certain town, maybe Trepatre or something. You need somebody to go to Trepatre and pastor that church. You can't go there. You can't go to Trepatre. You can't go to Kofi Krom. You can't go to Amakrom, anywhere. You can't do all those things. You need ambassadors to expand, and they must be loyal. Do you understand? Let me not dwell too much on this. The third one, and one of the most important, is the wisdom of unpredictability. The wisdom of unpredictability. Now, with the wisdom of unpredictability, okay, with the wisdom of unpredictability, it is one of the keys that COVID used to remain a pandemic and to make its name. Okay, how did COVID do this? COVID went step by step in unveiling its strengths and its variants, and it was always adapting. What does this do? This keeps COVID on top. Okay, so COVID develops itself. Yesterday, I was chatting with one of my daughters, and I was asking her about what she's anticipating for COVID, and she's into some of these biochemistry things, and she was telling me that, well, she knows a little about viruses, and she knows that viruses, she's expecting me to say that viruses are very smart. They know how to adapt to life, and then make life easy for themselves and succeed in whatever they are doing. And she just entered into this matter that I am talking about today. COVID, when it came, oh, now on the right, you can see a certain graph. Okay. When it started, it was in low quantities, but even that one, people were afraid. It was killing a lot of people. Oh, then they came out that, oh, and COVID, it cannot work in the sun. It will die after 30 minutes, or how many distance. So just wash your hands, just do this, and then just wear a nose mask or whatever, and then you'll be fine. Oh, so then people were still dying. You saw that. Then they came out and said again that the COVID has changed. It does not die after 30 minutes or whatever. Now it stays for like 8 hours on surfaces and whatever. To sanitize surfaces, do this. Now they even came and said again that it can enter through your eyes. So wear face shield. Then they were there again. Then it as if they were conquering it. Then it came again in a different form with another ability, killing more people. First they said it's only old people that is killing. So Scobie said, oh, okay. Then he came again. Now he was killing young people, unveiling the strengths step by step. So there is always maintaining the fear. So once it's like people are about to see that, oh, COVID is nothing. Then it will come up with something, then to maintain the fear. So you see that it's like there's a rise, there's a rise, there's a rise. Every time it's like, oh, when they're about to conquer it, some people came and said, oh, when you drink this, when you eat this and this, is nothing happening. People did all those things, they still died. That was what happened. And every day they will come and tell us that, yeah, the COVID it has done this, it has become this, it has become this. So COVID is unpredictable. One of the keys to grow in whatever that you are doing is to be unpredictable. Whether it's a business, if your competitors or your enemy or In fact, yeah, it's competitors and enemies. In fact, sometimes even your friends, some friends are not correct, can predict you, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. Your business or your ministry or your whatever that you are doing in life is not likely to make it big time. You might make it, but like to make it big time. Ebola like this made it, but they didn't make it. Yeah, it was just a simple common epidemic. Some didn't even reach Ghana. But COVID made a name. Businesses stopped. The whole world was brought to a standstill. Can you imagine? A standstill because of COVID. That's the wisdom of unpredictability. So when they're about to open their borders and this, they need to bring another new variant to start killing more people, different this thing. Oh, then they will lock down again. When it's about to be better and they think it's then to come again. That's the wisdom. That is the wisdom. That's the wisdom of COVID. Now I'm going to move to give an important comparison between COVID and Ebola. Right. Now, I was saying that I'm comparing COVID and Ebola. Okay. Now, when Ebola came, it came in West Africa. It started in West Africa. Okay. So you see that I'm comparing using the center of spread and the unpredictability. The center of spread is closely linked with the ambassadorship. Okay. You can see that where Ebola started, it started in West Africa. So there's no much contact. Nations, what is Ghana going to do in Guinea? What is Ghana going to do in Mali? What is it going to do in Senegal? So you see that it's just countries that are around each other that had it in a way. But the most important thing here is it was easily predictable. Okay. Ebola came in full force, in full strength, came at once, killing people up and down, anyhow, left and right. And a lot of people were really dying with how Ebola was moving. Okay. It came with all its characteristics. So scientists were able to easily get a vaccine or a cure for it. And they started administering it to the people. So Ebola was not able to become widespread as a pandemic. Okay. Um, I can see someone typing. Are you typing to me or you are typing to the rest of the audience? Okay. I just hope that you can hear me. All right. Now, so when you do this comparison with COVID, you see that COVID started in China, the business center, a lot of contact and spread, and it was unpredictable. So when scientists say they found it, when they think they found it, then it brings another shape and then it maintains the fear. And COVID increases in its glory, it increases in its strength, it maintains the fear. And fear is the main thing that COVID needed to succeed because that is how it was able to stop a lot of things. But Ebola, nothing stopped everything. Some countries, as it stands now, they don't even yet. In fact, even in Ghana here, people don't even know what Ebola is. They've never, but who doesn't know of coronavirus in this world? It's not, unless where you are there, I don't know. Even villages were made to stop whatever they were doing because of COVID. Soldiers were sent everywhere to, you can imagine. And that is the key. Ebola was not successful as a disease because of where it started and how predictable it was, even though it was very strong. It was very strong, killing a lot of people, but and it was killing them fast with strength, but it just came in full force. Now, very important business example. I want to believe that a lot of you have heard of Glow, the Glow network, Globacom. If you are a very observant person, you would know that Glow came to this country some years ago. And when it came, Glow was a big hype. But of late, you don't really hear Glow. People, and when you hear it, it's bad news. People are just dissing it. The only good thing here is they have a lot of data. But still, even with that, people don't buy. People don't use it. They have free glow to glow calls, plenty things, but still people now they don't use it. With all that MTN is doing and annoying people, these people are still using MTN, but they are not using Glow and all those other things. What is the reason? First reason is because Glow did not have the wisdom that COVID-19 had. Glow wanted to be like Ebola. When Glow came in full force and full strength. Glow is the second largest network in Nigeria. Nigeria, they're like 10 times of Ghana. It's the second largest, like it's a big network, very strong one, like MTN, wherever it is. So when they were coming to Ghana, they thought that, oh, we are strong, we have the money, we have the everything. So they thought that they are going to come and take over Ghana like the way they've taken over Nigeria. So when they came, they came with fiber optic cables, laid them throughout the country, everywhere, moving like they started with. They just wanted to take over the country with all their plans and all everything. They just started unveiling them, and after a few months, or was it even a year or so, everything came to crash. The second reason was that they lack the ability to maintain steam. And that's where the unpredictability comes in. With COVID, COVID gradually brought in its variants and all that. So today, COVID, um, someone is saying things in the chat. Please, next time join the meeting early. Okay. All right. Now, you see, COVID started unveiling step by step. COVID started unveiling step by step. So when people are about to discover that, oh, COVID is this, then it brings a new variant and maintains the fear. That is the steam I'm talking about. So you see, people will gradually be getting fed up of whatever that you are coming to do. So if Glow was wise, we'll start small, small. You bring out this. When people are getting used to it, then you bring out another thing to hold them. When they are getting used to it, then you bring out another thing to hold them. But you don't bring everything at once. They get used to everything, then you have nothing to bring again. And then you can't maintain your steam and they will move to something else. Okay. So that is what is on with respect to Glow. Okay. So we see that Glow did not operate with this wisdom that we are talking about. And like Ebola, Glow was not able to take over and to succeed, even though they are still present, but currently they are not really there. And I was reading something online and I even saw that it's like they're about to lose their license to operate in the country. Okay. So please, that is it with respect to Glow. Okay. Now, how do you apply these things to your business or your life? Make sure you are not predictable. Start strategically. Make sure you are not predictable. Then, with that, ensure that you have a lot of network and keep maintaining esteem. I don't want to use fear because fear looks in a way negative. Okay. But whatever you are doing, if it's a business, you always come up with something that startles the people or keeps them moving. Okay. For example, even if you're a comedian, okay, or a lecturer, you want to keep your students, you want to excel in your lecturing or whatever that you are doing. Once you teach students, after a time, the lecture starts to become boring. Then you pass in a joke to bring the people back on board. Then you keep moving. Else, after 20, 30 minutes, everyone is gone. Even in your studies, how do you maintain steam? These are just all the things you have to make your be unpredictable to your mind. When you are studying, you see, after some while, it's like you are tired. If you want to break your mind and maintain your steam, after a few minutes, change over, do something interesting. Then your mind will be happy. Then you come back to what you were studying, then you continue, you will be able to flow. Okay. I want to believe that this skill will help you very much in all that you are doing. Now, this brings us to the end of the second episode of the Wisdom Conference Season 1. I'll be in the next few minutes introducing my team. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat whilst I do the introduction. So, like some of you know, my name is Godwin Wunpiini. Started this Wisdom Conference to help people in whatever they are doing in life, career, anything that you are doing, relationship, marriage, parenting, all these principles apply. And usually when I'm talking to people, they tell me that these things that I say, if you really sit down to meditate on them and try to apply them in your life, there's no way you will not succeed. There is no way. You see, so anybody that is a participant of this wisdom conference is somebody that is, in fact, you are 50% on the road of success. It all is just left with you implementing them and implementing them diligently. From last week's episodes and lessons and this week alone. These are things that are loaded. I can't say everything that I have to say concerning these matters, but these are things that are well loaded. You have to sit down and digest and break it down and see how you are going to apply it to every aspect of your life so that you can excel in whatever you are doing. Like I say, Wisdom Conference it spans always an hour. It always spans an hour. And I usually would not like to extend that. Okay. So that is it. That is my email there. You can send me a mail or you can send me a text message. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn where you can easily message me. Well, on Telegram too, I'm present by reason of the channel. You can also reach me there. I want you all to do well to subscribe to the channel, join the channel, because that is where I will give announcements concerning the Wisdom Conference. I am not on any other social media platform. I used to be there, but I left. So if you see my name there, that's not mean I'm there. Does not mean that I'm there. Okay, so I am not alone. I am strongly supported by a team, two strong women. Mami Asante, who is in Canada. She's the head of the conference management. And I have Margaret Annan, who is in Ghana here. She's the head of the public relations and media. And they help in all that have to do with the wisdom conference that you are seeing. Everything is made, all that you are seeing today is made possible because of their hard work. Now, I'm checking the charts to see. All right. Someone is asking that based on all that I have said, what is strategy? Strategy. All right. Strategy is simply, let me say in a layman's words, it's simply a wise way of going about something. Yeah. a wise way of going about something. That is simply a strategy. For example, someone is still asking what is the meeting all about. Hey, it means you're not really paying attention. You let me finish this question, then I'll talk to you. You see, strategy, for example, if you want to read a book, people people will come, people can just take the book and start reading like that. But another person will take the book and decide to read in a certain way that will give the person a particular result that that person is desiring. That way, okay, in which that person goes about it is what is called a strategy. Okay. So concerning all that I've said, okay, with respect to COVID-19, diseases just start wherever they want to start, they do what. But COVID-19, I don't want to go into the details of it, but to an extent, I believe that the COVID was manufactured, okay, and it was strategically put at a place that will cause, even though it was manufactured, the thing is that it was going to be released at a particular time, but by mistake, it was released before the time it was supposed to be released. That is why it had the effect that it had, because it was targeted to certain nations. It was not targeted to the whole world. Okay. But even with that, it didn't just come at any place. It started strategically, like at a particular place, and was spreaded with certain means and methods. It was well planned, okay, to succeed in whatever that it was supposed to do. I want to believe that your question is answered. Now, someone is asking what is this meeting all about? I think you joined late. Please stop joining late because it's not nice in the whilst we're in the conference, then a lot of interruptions concerning the meeting. It's not nice. If you next time we're going to move with the waiting room. If you try to join after 7:30, no, actually the meeting is going to be held on Sunday, 2 p.m. You try to join after the set time, you will not be able to enter the meeting. You must join before the time. As Ghanaians, we need to learn to keep to time, and we start exactly at the set time and end exactly at the set time. We need to learn all those things. Now, with respect to this conference, for the person that was asking, Wisdom Conference, if you read on the channel, you get the information concerning all this. Wisdom Conference is here to help people in all aspects of their life and career with wisdom that will help them to succeed in all these places. So anything that you want to do in life, Wisdom Conference is going to be held quarterly. That is once in every 3 months. It has already been held. First three episodes have already been held since August last year, but I decided to do a recap in the month of April for the first three episodes and then continue for episode 4 in this quarter. Okay. So Wisdom Conference is to help you become wiser and to succeed in life and everything that you do. You can't be a participant of Wisdom Conference and fail in life. Okay, that is basically what it is. The final question that I'll be answering, someone says, how can one develop systems or strategies to maximize potential? Wow. Developing of systems and strategies to maximize potential. I'll use this question to introduce next week's episode, which is on focus and the wisdom of adaptability. Now, I will not enter into this, but I'm going to reserve this question and then I'll talk more on it because there's an episode on things like that. Okay. You need to build yourself as a person, okay, to be able to maximize your potential in all these things. You need to build yourself as a person. If you check last week's episode where we had Shatawale as the model, realized that it would have been very much impossible for Shatawale to do to feature in a song of Beyonce if Shatawale didn't build himself and portray a certain kind of character or image that would cause him to look alike with them and they would like to move with him. You think if Shatawale was fooling anyhow, they will agree to do something with him. They'll be like, he's uncultured, he's this. So he had to go background and change, they work on himself, work on certain things. So don't worry, we'll go into these matters and then we'll break it down. Thanks a lot for your time. And this brings us to the end of Wisdom Conference episode 2. I hope that you have been enlightened, you have been blessed, and that you have been set on the path of success in your academics for those of you who are students, in your businesses for the businessmen and women and entrepreneurs, financially and all that. Even in your relationship, you can apply these things. Let me not talk too much. Thanks a lot for your time. And I'll see you on Sunday at 2 p.m. Have a wonderful time. Bye.